Hey guys, welcome to day 12 of Vlogmas, and today I'm going to talk about the fact I cut my finger. It's actually what has sparked me to talk about today's subject. I'm generally not one of these kind of people who like get a little scuff or scrape or cut or something and likes to make a big deal about it, especially like in a dramatic thing. Yeah, I haven't cut myself for a really long time. I really can't remember the last time I like properly cut myself. I've got like a graze on my knuckle there and things like that, but not like a proper cut. This was with a knife. My finger stupidly got in the way and a nice deep cut. Two things went through my mind as the knife went through my finger. Technically three. One is the horrible cringy feeling because I hate the only way I can describe it, I hate the kind of clean cuts thing, just that quick kind of thing. I don't know, you can feel it going and it's horrible. It's like paper cuts and anyway, I found it funny that as it went through I had that cringy that's a horrible feeling. Not like I say, it's a cringe thing. It's not like, it wasn't so much about oh my god I'm in so much pain. It was just that anyway, first it was that, and then my next thought was literally I play guitar with that finger. No. I haven't tried playing guitar yet, but as I say, it's a pretty deep cut. Not so much of like oh my god I'm losing the end of my finger or I need stitches, but it was a lot of blood and you can see it was quite deep. So I don't really want to I don't really want to try it yet. I think I'm gonna have to give my finger a couple of days rest before trying it, because I don't want to just like keep opening it up and taking longer to heal. But that's a pain, and it was just funny to me that was one of my first thoughts about it. The other one, and this is where we generalize onto pain in general, that being my other thought with it was, it's funny that while I didn't find it like an unbearable pain or something, but it's strange that you have something like that where you're like that really stings, and you know you get annoyed about it or upset about it or whatever, but then I couldn't help but think along those lines as it was stinging and whatever else. But then my head also went, but last week you paid someone to stab you hundreds of times to get a tattoo. And I've done it multiple times. And I've had people, paid for people to fire bits of metal into my skin or shove needles through my skin. And yeah, it's that kind of weird thing of I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, there are some times when, like with tattoos, this is something that's I've discussed to a few people recently, of how, for myself, most of the time tattoos, they hurt, but it's a bearable kind of hurt, and sometimes it's hardly noticeable. It's like a background noise. But there are other times and places where the tattoo artist can like move over just a millimeter, and then you're like, that really hurts, and then they'll move another millimeter and you're it's gone. And that's the other weird thing with tattoos anyways. It's not something that the pain you feel whilst getting it done, like if they do a line, you feel the pain of that, and it's not like that pain stays until it heals. It's like you get pain and then it goes away, and then you get like the background ache or a bit of stinging and things like that from there on. But it is just strange that there are certain types of pain that you're fine with, and there's certain types. I suppose you could extend this into fetishes as well. Of there are certain people who like to receive certain types of pain for certain types of gratification, but I'm pretty sure in other circumstances they could get similar kinds of pain, or maybe even exactly the same kind of pain, and they wouldn't like it. And I suppose it's the difference between essentially asking for it. When I go for a tattoo or something, I'm not actively going in there saying, here's money, cause me pain. That's not the forefront of my thought. For me, it is, here's some money, please do some beautiful artwork on me, or the like. And pain is just an acceptable or an accepted side product of it, I guess. Would it be side product? I don't know. But I don't know, it's just something that popped into my head that I found a bit strange about us as humans. Obviously, being someone who has multiple piercings and tattoos and that, I definitely fall into the category of someone who accepts receiving certain levels of pain. Again, it's not something that for myself I go into for the enjoyment of the pain. Like I say, my main focus is that I want a particular piercing or I want a piece of art done. But still, I don't know, it might be that I'm just talking a load of rubbish around the subject, but it's just something that, I don't know. And it made me think as well, especially with having a daughter, of how much things seem to hurt more when you were younger. And I wondered how much of it was actually pain back then. How much of it was actually that we were more sensitive, or maybe it was just inexperienced to pain. As you grow older, the more times you like scuff your knees and get knife or paper cuts or what other things, the more times you experience pain, the more you're able to take it, really, without much of a bother. My thinking being is that you kind of get used to certain base levels of pain. Like the first time that you get a cut, to you that's excruciating because you've never experienced it before, maybe, this being the thought. And then once you experience something more painful, when you come back to that one, it's not so bad. But the other thought being that maybe it's more to do, more in the head, and more to do with the shock of it. The fact that you weren't expecting this to happen, and then also you may be seeing an open wound, small or big, say on your hand or your finger or on your elbow or whatever, and blood as well, is that it creates it to be a bigger thing in your head. So from the visual side of it and the general kind of shock of the situation, kind of that dictates to you that this thing is more painful than it actually is. And I thought about that with this cut. Like I said, I'm not going to say that, again, that oh my god, my finger was falling off and all that, but it was a pretty deep cut and there was a lot of blood. But I also found it strange that although after the initial thing there was like put a plaster on it and then it stings and it throbs or whatever, but I found it funny that the initial thing of it was it didn't hurt that much. When I realised I'd done it, I was kind of anticipating to feel quite a lot of stinging and whatever kind of pain, but it didn't really happen. I definitely felt more just the general kind of shock of the fact I wasn't expecting it to happen. So I don't know, again, I may be talking rubbish, but just something that, or a few things that I've been thinking of today simply because I cut my finger. Maybe that also goes to show how boring my day is. Either way, but so yeah, that's today's vlog. Did you like it? Anyway, let me know if you have any thoughts on the stupid things I've just been saying, whether you agree with them. Maybe I'm not alone in having these kind of shower thoughts. but we'll see. Let me know. Otherwise, thank you guys very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.